Morning, everybody. Do a quick video this morning. You catch me button my shirt up. I looked at the screen and I had two buttons still undone. Show my taco meat. You know, you know how it is. So what is new, folks? What is new? Merry New Year. Merry New Year. We we're getting lucky. We are getting lucky. And I'll tell you why. Let me put the link in the chat if anybody wanted to. What is going on? If anybody wanted to come in and talk, but update. Mo pickup. It's at the body shop, and the guy calls me the other day and tells me, "Hey, excuse me," tells me, "Hey, rocker panels rusted out. You're gonna need to change them out." I figured that. I was like, "Yeah, I figured that." Tells me how much. I'm like, dang, dude. That's on top of what you already priced to me? Because he wasn't cheap. Yeah, that's going to be extra because I didn't figure that. Hey, we have a friend. Good morning, sunshine.
Shalom.
How are you?
Yep. What are you doing? Where you been? Why you been doing it? Who you been doing it with?
I've been doing it all over the place, and it's perfect.
It's perfect. Oh, look at your wonderful words.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Now I was just talking about my old pickup. I put it in the body shop last week. Get a paint job, get her tuned, get her fixed up and purdied up. And
Yeah.
The guy calls me within a couple of days having it. Hey, your rocker panels are rusted. You need to replace them. And I'm like, okay, well, geez. All right, I guess. Well, he called me yesterday again. He's going, well, I wasn't planning on it, but it looks like I'm going to have to sand this thing all the way down to the metal on the whole truck. And I said, yeah, I figured you would. It's an old truck. And that's an old paint job on it. Yeah, well, I wasn't planning on having to do that, and go all the way down. I thought I was just going to be able to do X. And he says, it's going to cost another $2,000. What? Another $2,000 on top of what you already said? I was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, well, sorry, it just, it has to be done. I tried to spray a little on one part of it and it bubbled up. And so I got to sand it all the way down. I just got to sand it all the way down. I'm like, drive me crazy. And then my new air conditioner and heater and home generator were supposed to have been here a week ago, and they're not here. I've got my air conditioner. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's up. I don't know if people clued them in or what.
Yeah, they didn't get the memo.
Yeah, they didn't get the memo. But yeah, and then I had I did that shower, and the guy that I had do the tile, he made a huge mistake.
Oh no.
It's behind the shower wall is the other bathroom, the other shower. Well, he shut off the hot water supply to that shower, and now it's closed in behind my tile in my shower. Yeah.
Why is the shut off valve? Oh, that's the same one that was behind before you got it remodeled. So
Right.
why wasn't there like a door put there? You
Well, why
know,
did he even touch it? Why did he even touch it? Why did he shut it? I shut the whole water off to the house. He didn't need to even touch it.
right?
Didn't even have to touch it. I shut the water off to the whole house. Wasn't
Yeah,
even a question.
that,
And you could barely see them. They were down back. You had to reach back to get to them. And everything's all done. Alex goes to get in her shower. Hey, this water's been running for a while. I got no hot water. Like, what? Checking it. What the hell? Go in my bathroom, turn on hot water. No big deal. The hell? I started thinking, I'm like, oh shit, those dumbasses turned that valve off. Because I remember saying, there's shut offs right there. Yeah, that I'm gonna shut off all the water. We may even put shut offs in this line, in this new part we're doing. I may put shut offs in it. Don't leave those alone. There wasn't any reason to touch them, right? Because I had all the water off. So, and I was gonna have a long little snake camera, little bitty one that you can put in a hole to run down on a wall.
yeah.
Well,
You tell me. Like,
yeah, it got broken, right? So I ordered
no.
it. Yeah, Kathy finally confessed to it. She confessed. I ordered another one. She finally confessed. She goes, "Well, I might have broke that. I think I knocked it off the counter. I might have done that." I'm like, "Why didn't you say something 2 weeks ago?" When I went, "Who the hell broke my camera?" She's like, "I wasn't sure I did it." I'm like, "Yeah, you were." So I got a new camera. It's supposed to be here today because I got a hole. I need to look down in that wall and see if I can find where those valves are.
Yeah.
Where it is.
What you gonna tear the? What you can just gonna put a hole in the wall and reach in there and flipping? Yeah. Or what you gonna remodel the other bathroom just so that you can?
I'm not gonna remodel the other bathroom. No, I will not. I'm not remodeling the other bathroom. It has been done. It had been done before we bought the house. So that's why we're doing this one. That one had been done. And now it's like, oh my God, this is painful. If I start tearing that towel out, I'm going to be one mad redneck. And I don't even want to call the guy. I need to call the guy and tell him, get back over here and fix this. But I really don't want him back over here.
Like he didn't do his job. He didn't do what he was supposed to do.
No, he didn't do his job. He wanted to get paid and get out of here, and he didn't want to do the job right. He just wanted to hurry it.
No respect for the work.
Slowing him down, going, well, dude, he's wanting to get out of there by 1 o'clock on his last day, and I'm like, are you not going to clean up? Are you not going to finish grouting this floor? Are you not going to clean this tile? Are you not going to walk away from this job with the tile clean and finished? And you go, hey, here it is. It's done. Well, you want me to do that? It'd be nice if you cleaned up all your shit and, and cleaned up your job you were supposed to have done here.
It's your job.
Just him and his helper just hurrying around. And it's like, fucking go, just go. And then I found that out, and I'm like, oh God. No hot water in the other bathroom.
There's a lot of workers like that. Actually, I see it a lot in construction where there's no respect for the person that they're working for, or even their own work. To clean up after themselves. Don't you yourself that worked on this, that worked so hard, want to see the finished product? Don't you want to see it sparkly and shiny and like this is the way it's going to look? But they don't.
You think?
They just want to get paid.
Yeah, you would think, but yeah, when he tells me he's done, and if I want to go look at it, I go walk in there with him, and first thing I always say to people I hire, and they say their work is done, I always go, well, is this your best work? Just look at them. Is this your best work? And every one of them, every time goes, well, it's pretty good, but is it your best work? Could you have done better? Well, I mean, this is pretty good. And I'm like, so it's not your best work. And, start critiquing it. And he's like, well, that's, and I should have turned all the waters on, should have double checked all the plumbing before he left. And I did.
You didn't think you should have had to.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think that would be an issue.
Right. A man of a profession of, it's just, it's what you do. This is your job.
Business cards and license numbers and all that. But today, let's hope all my stuff comes in. And I've already set up for, if it comes in, for Monday for them plumbers to come and get my stuff all ready for my freestanding tub. We're gonna have to bust up some concrete to get the water supply and the drain set up for that tub. But that's happening Monday. And
freestanding tub.
Yeah, like a soaker tub.
Yeah, it's gonna be in your bathroom.
Yeah, it's sitting out in the garage on a pallet right now with my air conditioner. Got my big old air conditioner sitting out there in my tub.
What excitement.
Yeah. But this is stuff this house had to have done before we ever tried to sell it again.
Oh, I'm sure.
And more than likely this time next year, we won't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely.
Where you going?
I don't know. We're trying to get my daughter Madison to give us a freaking half-ass answer to if they're going to stay in Arkansas or if they plan on bopping out. Because if they're going to haul ass, we're not going to move close to them. We're going to wait and see what they do. Because we got land out in West Texas, we'll just go set up a homestead there and do our thing there.
Until we find out. Move to Tennessee.
Do what?
Why don't y'all just all move to Tennessee?
Hey, that's been one of their deals. My son-in-law has some family in Tennessee, and he likes Tennessee. They've been there on a couple of vacations since they've been married. That's his go-to trip, is going somewhere in Tennessee. They like.
I used to couldn't understand why people wanted to come here, and now as I've gotten older, I understand. But I didn't get it when I was younger. I was like, why are you coming to Tennessee? Why didn't you stay in the state you were in? Because there ain't nothing here. But no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm going back to God's country in West Texas.
West Texas. God's country. It's West Texas.
I can't stand this out here. My eyes watering all the time. Cough, crap in the air around here.
All right. You don't want to come to Tennessee, then. Probably about the same.
And I swear to God, I mean, it was 3 days ago when it rained, but there's still water standing in my yard everywhere. I mean, this place is just saturated. It's just saturated. You can't put the dogs outside without them coming back muddy.
Yeah.
And it's everywhere. It's just God. And it's supposed to be raining more today.
It's that way today. I mean, well, that's the way normally our ditch in the front of the house doesn't really collect water, and it was collecting water yesterday. Right. So it was collecting water yesterday. And around the house, different places was collecting water. So I know I was like, dude, it only rained like overnight. What is going on here? Freaking flooding.
The rivers. Did I show you my iPad?
Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it. She's so cute.
That's my sugar. No, we had a FaceTime with her last night, and she said Grumpy and Mimi. She's really getting vocal.
Yeah, she's grumpy and Mimi. Grumpy.
Yeah. She can almost parrot back most words now. She's getting and Madison last night, she kept telling her, say purple, and she'd say purple. And I'm like, why purple? Why do you keep saying purple? What about red and green and blue and all those other colors? She's like, cause in the bathtub, her toys, the purple one, she's always grabs the purple one. Purple. Always. She just loves the purple one. And so we say purple. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. What kind of kid goes for purple? Goes for purple?
Well, think about the frequency that comes from the color itself, like laying upon our eyes that we don't even recognize. We don't even realize what's really going on when we look at these colors. And there's a frequency that happens there, and it just like it does something to the inside of our body. I believe 100%. Oh, little purple. So now she's saying purple.
Here, I gotta show you this. I hope it'll come through if I can show you. This is her last night, and she's having some banana.
Oh my goodness!
And she's just jamming.
So excited.
She just loves it. Of course, I'm on the other end going, oh, look at that sweet baby. And she's like, ooh. She's just so sweet.
Joy.
She recognizes me now right off. And so I got the camera ready to take a picture because every time it's something like that, just smiling. I'm like, oh God, she sees me and she likes me. Yes.
She sees me and she likes me. She knows who I am.
Hey, that was a feeling I didn't expect to ever experience. But when that grandbaby recognizes you, I mean, that's a cool feeling. Your own kids, that's a different thing, right? They see you all the time, but she doesn't get to see us all the time, right? And so when she finally recognized us the next time and was excited, I was like, oh my God. Hey, Edna Bell's in there. But the new year for me hadn't started great, hadn't started bad, just same old crap, no good news. I was wanting my body shop guy to call me good news about my truck. Hey, this is great. It's gonna go swell. It ain't gonna cost you near as much. No, that's not the case. Plumbers I went to the hardware store yesterday, and I'm standing there checking out, and here come the plumbers in that I'd called last week for a price to do that tub, and nobody's ever called me back. And I recognize, hey, are you ever gonna give me a price on my plumbing? What? Do what? I'm like, came to my house last week, supposed to give me a price. You never called me. Oh, no, nobody called you? No, nobody's called. Well, about 10 minutes, I'm on the way home, and they call, yeah, hey, this is Mellow Plumbing. Just trying to get back to you. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Just now? Oh, weird. I saw your guys in the store. Did they call you? Yeah, they did. They called. I'm like, I thought so.
Right. You were just thinking about me.
Yeah, I just hit your mind, didn't I? Well, electrician that I called to hook up my generator, I never called back with a price. And 2 other plumbers that I had come out, they've never called back with a price. I don't know what's going on. People just, guess they're busy enough. They don't need my work.
They don't.
Who knows?
Wow.
It's crazy. The air conditioning people, they're going to install my air conditioner. That guy's already come back over twice and smoked a joint with me. Had a drink. Yeah. We buddied up pretty quick. He stayed the day he came and gave me the price. He stayed till 5:30 or 6. in the garage smoking a joint and drinking a beer.
See, that's my kind of that's the kind of worker you need. Somebody that's gonna be.
Well, that's not even the worker. He just was the salesman that was coming out and gonna take pictures, take down all the information, and then they'll give me a price. He wasn't. He didn't even know how to fix an air conditioner. He's just a sales guy.
Or yeah, dude, I do it. You know, I'll read somebody, I'll figure them out, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, so man, you smoke,
Oh, yeah.
and man, that's it. That's all it takes. You know, that's all you got to say. And if they don't, if they say, huh, and it'll be like, all right, no, never mind. Sorry, my friend, didn't even mean to say nothing to you about nothing. You didn't even hear me.
You know what happens to me, especially here at the house? I always have my one hitter and my lighter in my pocket. And when we
Yeah.
stand there talking, I'll just pull it out. Hit one. Oh shit. I didn't think it. Oh, do you mind? And they're like, oh no, go ahead, it's your house. I just don't even think. We're just down there talking. I just rip one right here. That's what I always do.
I know.
He called me yesterday. He said he lives in Louisiana. Lake Charles is just 20 miles east of us. He's gonna hook me up with something today. He said he has a good connection. And
Yeah.
And I told him I don't have a good connection. And he said, you do now. And so we find out today. We're gonna find out.
Today. Somebody shared some Michigan greenery with me the other day, and it was purple. I mean, the whole thing was just purple. I was like, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Like, and it tasted so delicious. Oh my goodness.
I
like
wish it's legal. They've got medical marijuana in Louisiana, right? You can go get your card, and they got dispensaries. Well, I told this dude, I said, why don't you have a card? I don't need that. And I'm like, dude, you got to get a card if for no other reason than to go get me specific weed. I need a sativa. I need a sativa with high terpenes, okay, and medium CBD. Okay, that's what I need. And he's like, oh, I hear you, I hear you. I said, no, I ain't shitting you, man. You need to go get your.
No, you're not hearing me, brother. You're not hearing me.
You need to get your medical card. I'm tired of getting street stuff that you have no
I'll
idea what it
for
is.
your medical card. I'll give you money for your medical card, brother.
I give you 10%. I give you 10% fee, on whatever you purchase for me.
Yeah, man. I'd do it. I'd so do it if I lived in Louisiana. I'd do it, man.
I'm gonna talk to him today. I'm gonna tell him today. I'm gonna put money on the table and go, here. This will cover your card, and I'll buy you
gas.
I'll buy you a half ounce starting off. Pick you a half ounce. Bring me one. What are you supposed to do? When it's right there, and I'm having to take my chances. The last 2 times I've gotten some, it's just pretty pitiful.
What is it? More Mexican weed, dirt weed?
No, it's homegrown.
Well,
people are getting better. At growing at home.
What happened to yours? What are you growing?
Yeah, no, they all were males. I got 3 new ones over there. Started. I got 3 new ones on the counter.
I don't know the difference. I don't understand what you mean. They're all males. Oh, they were all males, so you didn't have a female to be able to produce baby. Okay, got you.
Yeah, no buds produced, and they were all clipping off of one plant. So,
can't you do all clippings from one plant? Yeah, it's gonna be this. Dude, can't you use the male leaves and stems and stuff for like an oil?
Yeah, but it's such a laborious process.
It's not. It's really not. I do it all the time. It's not. What you
What?
mean it's a laborious process? I mean, I grow stuff all the time, and I use the leaves and stems. Just that's why I grow it, just for that, you know. And it might be a huge freaking plant and a pain in the butt in the way sometimes, but it's okay. It's gonna give me what I need. Like if you got spots on your body that have got issues, need new shoes, you know, things that don't heal well, you got bumps, bruises, whatever. I'm telling you that those leaves and those stems, because my buddy Willow, that's what she does. And
Well, don't
man,
you
she,
remember? You don't
huh?
remember? I told you I have a whole chemistry setup to do extractions from
Well,
plants. I
then
have
do
all the equipment to do that.
well, why don't you?
Because,
What
like
do you
I told
do?
you, it's a very laborious project to get what little you can get out of that. In the male plants with just stems and seeds and leaves and stuff that hasn't been taken to cure. That's the thing people don't understand. With those plants, you have to go ahead and let them process all the way out. You have to harvest them. You have to let it cure. You have to get it right, and then you can process it and you get your maximum stuff. You know, components out of it. But if you don't do that, you're not getting full benefits at all. Not even close. Because until those plants cure and mature, those terpenes and those cannabinoids and stuff aren't going to produce you anything.
So what? You ain't got the patience to wait for it to grow and trim it and cut it and talk to it and sing to it and
Not
speak
for that.
lovely words?
Not for what I would get out of male plants. Nope. 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 It's this way. My buddy buys a pound of Reggie to make edibles with. And he uses every bit of it, every bit of the plant. And to process a pound, he has a big 500-liter container in his setup. Like mine, I have a small one. I have a 200. He has a 500. And he can do ounce or two at a time, process it. And it's taking 2 days to just get the extracts. And then it's another day or two to process that stuff out where it's usable, where
Do you
you can
need
take it.
seeds?
Huh?
Do you need
What?
seeds?
No, the THC, the actual extracts out of the whole plant. He'll take a pound of weed and process the whole thing, sticks, stems, seeds, everything.
No, I'm asking you, do you need seeds?
Yes, of course. I always need seeds.
Are they illegal to send through the mail?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, I
you
wouldn't even care anyway. I would be more worried that you would be in trouble than I would. I wouldn't even care. Forget the ninjas. Freaking
if,
illegal. I don't even know where that come from. Father rebuke Satan in the name of Yeshua coming from this tongue. Man, they ain't got no authority. Even the mail. That's ridiculous. I
one
don't
of
even know what I just said.
the crazy things is the guy that I learned to grow from out there in Oklahoma. There's a way to determine seeds, male and females, right? And it's one of those things that, wow, if you know what you're doing, you can just you can distribute them properly. I never got good enough. I all the seeds that I planted this last time, I pretty much picked about a 50-50. These look like this and these don't, right? So I was like, it's got to be one of the two. It's got to be, right? Because I have my
Yeah.
loop, I have my little loop and everything, man. I got all my equipment and still didn't hit no females. So what do you do? I'd love to
Hey,
have some seeds from a really good strain of sativa, but I ain't done that yet. I may get this guy to get the card and get me a clone in Louisiana of something real good. And
yeah.
I'll just grow all my own from a clone.
Man, y'all don't need none of that stuff. That's right.
Oh, I know we don't need it. Nobody said I
Counterfeit
need
Holy
it.
Spirit, man.
And a little bit of THC goes a long way.
How you doing this morning, Tom?
Good, Jace. How's you?
Right
How's
on.
your fourth thing going, guys?
Well, mine. Well, we went to mine.
Oh yeah, we went to Jason's.
Ashley's is on the 12th, but we went to mine so I tried to
It was awesome.
Well, I tried to get him on. I did a motion to dismiss for lack of due process or violation of my due process rights, right? Because in the fact that because I looked up the rules for criminal, rules of procedure, rules of process, and so when in Tennessee, when somebody issues a complaint against you. They can't be the first party complainant or the second party for that matter that serves you with a summons to come to court. It has to be a third party, not a third non-biased party that serves you with the summons, right?
Right.
Well, so when that cop writes out his complaint in the form of a ticket and then he hands it to you, what's on the ticket? Well, you got a court date on there.
Right.
So the first party complainant is handing you a summons to come to court, which is against the rules.
Technically, yes.
Right. So which is against the rules of procedure. So that's what I tried to get get it dismissed on at my arraignment. And and the judge says, I'm gonna have to respectfully deny your request. And I should have said on what grounds, and all that, but but I'm learning, right? And then so then I started in then he tried to get me on residency.
Yeah.
He tried to say he goes,
I was there the whole time.
He goes, are you a resident of Tennessee? And I said no. And he said, are you a resident of Florida? Because that's where my driver's license from, Florida. And I said no. And he goes, well, what are you residents of? And I said, I'm not a resident of anywhere. I don't know where the Lord's got me from one day to the next. And I'm like, and this whole residency thing is the assumption of the state. I didn't sign any contract saying I'm a resident of anywhere.
Right.
I'm going to follow your rules because I'm a resident of your situation.
Right. So he kind of smirked at that. And that's when I said, well, Your Honor, I said, under the Section 9 of the Tennessee Constitution, I have the accused has the right to know the nature of the nature and cause of the allegations being brought against him. And I said that word nature is very interesting because that word nature means the action that the court is bringing against a person. And I said, well, Your Honor, there's only two actions that you could take against me, a civil or a criminal action. So which action are you taking against me today? And so he started hemming and hawing. He read over all my fines or all my violations and all that stuff and everything. And he's like, well, rolling a stop sign is only $20. And if you could, I could see if you got your registration for your car and you went ahead and you got your license changed over to a Tennessee license, I could just go ahead and dismiss those charges, And I'm like, well, that's really nice of you, Your Honor. I really appreciate all that. But the question that I asked, sir, was, what action are you bringing against me? And he goes, well, I guess it's a criminal action. And I'm like, you guess it's a criminal action?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a court of law. We gotta have facts here, Your Honor, and respectfully. And he goes, okay, I'm. And then finally he said it. He goes, finally.
It took him forever.
Took him forever. And finally he goes, hey,
knock it off.
And then finally he goes, yeah, he goes, yes, I'm taking a criminal action again. Looks me square in the eyes. Yes, I'm taking a criminal action against you. I said, okay, Your Honor. I'm like, thank you. I go, well, Your Honor, you know that there's only two jurisdictions.
Wait. Hey, you stop it. Oh, the cat and dog, the pup and the kitten. That's what it is. But dude, look, this judge, I was sitting in where he had a computer screen in front of his face. He's up there on his little high seat and stuff, and he's sitting back in his seat. And I can't see his face the whole time, but I'm right there. And Jason, the podium, for some odd reason, the strangest thing, I've never seen him like this, but the podium was right up against the court, the judge's
Oh, you're
seat.
standing like right below the guy.
Yeah, like he's right there. And so all of a sudden, when Jason got him to admit that it was a criminal action that he was bringing. Then all of a sudden, he sits up in his chair. He'd been back the whole time, back.
Yeah,
like,
chilling.
and all of a sudden, he sits up in his chair. He gets all fidgety with his papers and stuff
Yeah,
because Jason brings this one point up.
yeah.
But there's a little bit of a task today, is he?
Yeah. So I go, well, Your Honor, I go, there's only 2 jurisdictions that you can bring a criminal action against me. I said, one is the criminal aspect of a breach of an international contract through admiralty, through maritime or admiralty law. And I said, and the other is common law. And so I said, so which jurisdiction are you claiming today? And he goes, Mr. Hicks, I'm not answering any more of your questions.
He did.
That's what he said to me.
Jason, I will not.
Really?
And, yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Really?
And so I was so taken aback. I was flabbergasted, dude. I had no recourse for that.
Right.
All I said to him, all I said to him was, so you're not talking to me anymore?
You're done talking to me?
And he's like, yes, that's right, Mr. Hicks. And so he's like, I'm court ordering an appeal, and
He said you can sign or gather any contracts and send any paperwork you want to in, file all you want for the next court.
Yeah. And so basically he pushed me off, but what I should have done, see, if I wasn't so like, just our conversation was pretty normal up till that point, and then he just put the brakes on, and what I should have done was I should have said, well, I object to the court ordered appeal because I didn't motion for an appeal, and the court still hasn't proven jurisdiction, so the court can't even move forward until the court approves jurisdiction. So that's what I should have done, and instead I said, thank you, most honorable Judge Monsu, and I turned around and walked away.
Wow.
But-
I ain't answering no more of your questions.
Yeah, straight up
Yeah.
told him
Yeah.
was not going to answer his questions.
So I'm pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure I can get it dismissed before appeal because, before I have to go to court again, because the court can't move forward until he proves jurisdiction. And he
I would have been, well, I have one more question. Are you a judge or not?
well, no, he's administrative clerk. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're supposed to work with me. I was supposed to work with you. And you said no more work. Are you really a judge? Are you really? Because
Right.
the real judge, you can't do that.
No, I know. And I was going to file a judicial, right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was going to file a judicial complaint. But Brandon said that he's not even really a judge, so it's not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
So
And
yeah.
that's one of those deals that, dude, I mean, you might not like my questions, but I have the right to ask them.
And you have
Absolutely.
the answer. You're the one in the seat.
I can't
Right.
make you like everything I ask you, but you have an obligation to me. That's why you're there and I'm here.
Well, right, and the whole thing is it's your corporation is making claims against me. I'm rebutting those. All this is business here. Your corporation's making claims, and I'm rebutting those claims.
See, that's where I think us learning this stuff about courts is starting to affect those people, because they're starting to figure out. A lot of people know what they're talking about when they show up. That's why they get frustrated and go, "I'm done. I ain't talking anymore."
Because they ain't had to deal with
Because
this.
they know where you're going to take them. They don't want to go there. They
Oh,
wanna
that
do
was
their
the
little
thing. That's
in and outs. That's all they want to do. Just in and outs. They don't want to have to think. They don't want to have to come up with logical, legal answers. They just want to go, hey, $25 fine. Pay the clerk.
well, the guy's been doing it for 30 years the same way, and then somebody comes in there and throws a wrench in the works. But the thing is, and that's the thing, right? Like, he knew where I was going with that common law. He knew where I was going, where I was going to say there's only 2 properties.
Yeah, he knows he has no jurisdiction when you go down that road. He knows he's nobody in this
Right.
whole scenario. And he just, like you said, hits the brakes, done, moving you
Yeah.
on to the next process that I can move you to. I can move you
Because
to
he
that
knew,
process.
because he knew the next step was corpus delicti. He knew that I was going to say, "Where's the injured party? Where's the damaged property?"
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
know.
Yeah, hey y'all, what's going on? Spread the gravy over the gravel. I love that.
The gravy over there,
Spread the
gravel.
gravy over the gravel.
You know, those, like you said, Sib and them, and what's that guy's name?
Alphonse.
Yeah, I mean they've done such a good job of just
They have.
basics of first steps, just first steps. When you get something like this, understand your rights, jurisdiction. You know, was it criminal? Was it civil? Where are we? Who are you?
Right.
Who are you? Why are you
Well, then,
trying to, rule over me? Where's your jurisdiction? They taught people a lot of that basic stuff, and these little judges are going, what the fuck? These people know
yeah.
what they're
Well,
talking
I mean, the other thing too is that people don't even realize that there is there's rules of procedure for every court and every state. So you have to look up the rules of procedure to the courtroom for your state. And if you follow those rules, they will hear you. It's the ones that don't know that there's rules, and they just start filing, and that was me, just start filing affidavits and demands for jurisdiction and all that stuff. And these guys are looking at it and they're like, and they'll just crumble it up and throw it away. Why? Because I'm not following the rules, and they know it, and so they don't have to listen to what I'm saying, And so it's really awesome, man. There's I'm taking a class. It's called How to Win in Court. .com, and it's $250. But this is the class that Brandon started with. Brandon said, I didn't know nothing, and then I took this class, he opened my eyes. And so on Brandon's review of it, I went on there, and it's totally amazing. It's changed my life as far as I thought I knew something. I didn't know nothing, until I took this class. And the cool thing about
simple things that people don't know about, as far as going to a courthouse and getting the proper paperwork to file, that you can head a lot of stuff off at the pass. If you just understood one simple form, I can go fill out and send in, and we can mitigate this whole thing. But they don't want the general public knowing that. They want you to hire a lawyer and pay him $350, and he'll go get that little piece of paper and he'll do it. That's what they prefer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then you call the county clerks. That's what Jason's been going through. He's been calling, just trying to talk to them. At first, all of them worked with us and stuff.
They were all so sweet. They were all so sweet.
Now Jason's calling up there for stuff.
You got serious.
Well, here's the thing. I'm calling up there because the so in the rules of process, right? Service of process. That's when you're filing motions and all that kind of stuff. In Ashley's case, there's multiple contacts involved, right? So but the thing is I got to make sure that all parties are served, right? So all I need to know is who all the parties are. I already know her ex is one of them. That's easy. But it's a tribunal. So do I have so the court's a party. Is the attorney general, because he's supposed to be there, even though he's not going to be there. But is he a party? Does he have to be informed that I'm serving these papers? And then child support office. Are they going to have a representative there? And do they need to be informed as well? And that's the thing. And it's so vague. It just, so like I said, in the service of process for juvenile court of Benton County, Tennessee, it says that all parties must be notified, but it doesn't clarify what all parties are.
It would be construed as a party.
Right. So I call the courthouse to find out all parties involved. Oh, that's legal advice. We can't give you that. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's administrative information. That has nothing to do
with the names on the forms. What are those names?
Yeah, you know, so these people don't even know the difference between what legal advice is and administrative advice is, you know, and yeah, and so, and like I said, they were all sweet with us in the beginning, and now they've all
Now that we've been
turned to vipers,
asking questions, and
yeah.
they tried to get the sheriff. The sheriff was supposed to call us.
But look how horrible. Look at. I mean, these are just clerks. These are clerks. There's nothing. They don't have any emotional. They shouldn't have any emotional attachment to any of the business that's being transacted through them.
But they take it personal, don't they?
They do.
Personal. It's you and them now, and not you and the state. It's you and them. These people, like you said, that judge has been there 30 years. How long is that court clerk?
30 years, probably. Yeah.
And that whole office staff, they've always done it the same way. It's their process. That's the way they do it. And you come in asking the wrong questions. But
You're like the judge's wife. They're like the judge's wife, you know.
They are. They turn into right, exactly. They're like family members now.
Well, they cover for the system. They cover for the system.
Yeah, yeah, but they don't even know they're covering for the system.
They have no idea.
They're just thinking they're being loyal to the judge that they've known for the past 30 years.
Right.
They don't even realize what they're doing. You know,
it's unfortunately part of civil service for people, especially small towns. It's a good old boy club 99% of the time.
Oh, and they're all Freemasons.
And they're all friends. They've grown up together. They all, you know, it's just one big club, and they make phone calls. They probably talked about you a couple of times.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
They probably have. That court clerk probably called that judge's office going, that guy Jason Hicks was in here again, and he keeps pushing on this stuff. You know, I gave him this form and I gave him that form. Okay, yeah, that's all you need to do.
Right.
I'll deal with it.
You know the class that I'm taking, this guy, okay, so his name is Dr. Graves. He's been a civil defense lawyer for 35 years. He's also a believer. He says don't use their forms. He says make your own form. He said it's more powerful to make your own form than it. He said if you want to lose, use their forms.
I can see that because they walk you down the path they want you to walk down.
Right. They know where to put the boxes, and they know where to put the dots.
Well,
and they know where to put the lines. They know where to put them.
It's the way the information is being displayed to the reader, right? Because you have to because the first thing you want to do is you want to do the elements, right? Then you want to do the facts on or the allegations that you're making against the elements, and then you want the facts to the allegations. You know, so it's a more complete form, you know, as far as reading it than it is like on paper, you know, where you're leaving things out that need to be said, you know.
Well, generic forms are just based on that, just generic, just very vague, very wide, very real broad terms, and you just fill in your blank.
Right.
It paints a picture for them of your guilt.
Yeah.
It does. When you put it in their wording and in their format, it paints the picture. They look at that picture and go, yeah, another guilty one. And people don't even realize. Don't, like you said, don't fill out their forms. Unless, well, I watched that one guy, Alfonso. He took some forms from one place. I think it was in Michigan or something. He took some of their own forms and used them that way perfectly. It was hard. I remember the episode he was talking about how hard it was because everything's so vague, and you got to really expand on your answer to match the vaguity of the description, right?
Right.
So he used it. He said it was painful, but he said they were so surprised when he did it properly. It was like the judge and the district attorney were almost like, "Fuck." He knew it. And he said he got it dismissed right away. He said, but that's one of those deals where every jurisdiction is different. Every place is different. It's
and some places require you to use their forms. Some places you can't do anything but use their forms if it's in the rules. if it's in the rules of procedure. You know what I mean? So yeah,
You don't know until you know. You know, it's
right.
one of those deals. You just don't know till you get there, and they go, "Yeah, we don't do it that way, bud."
Well, yeah, and if you know, and that's the thing is like if you file through mail or whatever, they won't they won't even contact you and let you know.
Right.
You know, hey, you can't do it this way. You know.
Right. Have you seen? You ever watch that guy Wits It Gets It?
No.
He's a real smart guy. He got fined at a government site at Yosemite for trespass or noise pollution or something. He had his microphone. He was talking flat earth and all this. Well, he got this ticket. Well, he fought it, right? Like you're doing. They gave him the biggest runaround. He did everything perfectly like you're supposed to. All of the filings for dismissal, all of the things for jurisdiction, all the things for evidence. He filed everything. They just kept bucking him. They just kept saying, we ain't going down that road. We're not going to do that. And he just kept bucking them. They made him come back like 3 times to Yosemite for these hearings. And this was during COVID, and they let him do 1 time a Zoom call. And from there on, they wouldn't let him do it because he was 600 miles away. So they started making him come there physically. And the last time they gave him 1 day notice. They gave him 1 day notice that he was supposed to be in court. And, he does a Zoom call with the judge going, "What is this? I just get this today." And the judge is real shitty with him. And he made it there. He makes it there. And it was crazy. It was crazy. He had such a time with those people. And it was just like Sib had said and other guys had said, these small towns and these courts, once you start getting into their system and making them work, they don't know what to do. They just start wanting you to shut up and stop and let us produce, our process on you.
Our equity for our town.
You just take it. What are you doing fighting back? You've got to just take this because we said you broke a rule. And he fought hard. Cost him a lot of money. I mean, a lot of travel time, a lot of time. And
it's probably for like a $100 ticket too, but it's the point, it's the point of it all.
You have to tell the judge. The judge, I think, at one point asked him, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" It's only $100 fine type of deal. And he's like, "It's not about the money. It's about the point. The point is you can't do this to me. You can't take my First Amendment rights. I have a right to stand there and say whatever I want."
That's right.
I was like, "I'm not inciting violence, and all this." And the judge is like, "Well, you're on government property. Even better. I should have more freedom."
Absolutely. Yeah. The government should be totally upholding your First Amendment right. No doubt.
Yeah. He's like, "You're supposed to be protecting my right for that. You should have been protecting me, not protecting them from me."
Right.
It was a hell of a deal, but he won that case. They finally just dismissed it because he was making them jump through so many hoops. He was putting them to task, making them do their jobs, and they did not like it because they're used to fine and you pay it. Done.
Well, it's the old adage, right? Time is money, and eventually, you have to. They're going to equate how much time they've been spending on this thing, and they're going to say, "You know what? There's not enough in it to even, because the court always has to be in the positive. The court always has to be in the black as far as dollars are concerned. And if you start taking up their time and they got to use a lot of effort to try to get you to quit. Eventually, depending on how much they can get in fines, once the time starts to get really close to the dollar amount of the fines, then they'll let it go.
It's such a sad system.
It totally is. It totally is. I'm gonna go out on the porch. Yeah, I'll check you. I'm gonna head out on the porch. Have
a Freemason, all the way. Remember when I first started doing these with Alan, I would always say, "Peace out, guys. Good night." And people started coming in and chat. "Oh, he's a Freemason. He does the 2 fingers up sign. He's Freemason." And I'm like, me and Alan were like, "What? That's Freemason."
Everybody's got their own way about things, how they do stuff. But you ain't no Freemason, far from it. Oh my goodness. It is insane, brother. It is insane. Like just watching how these people are, and especially how they are with the judge. You know, thinking about how they treat the, but you said the state, and it's like, you know, but I think you went back to, it's more like their family, cousins and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters, and they're like, they're keeping that tight knit family because they grew up together, they've been in the office all the same time, you know, 30 years,
Right.
whatever. Uh-huh.
And
They're all working.
what's funny is those people in a private setting probably sit there with you and me and go, yeah, the government is really bullshit, man. It's crazy. But they'll work in it and they'll do it. Yeah, they don't like it, but hey, it's my job. It's my job. It'd be nice to see a county clerk or somebody, you know, when somebody walks in, go, yeah, I've got a problem. Here's my deal. And them go, I can help you. You know what? This judge is doing this all the time to people. Here's what you need. They can't
Right.
do this to you. You know, they can't do that. Oh, where are those people?
You would think. I mean, that would be lovely if we just found one. If we could
Never
just find one.
I had that one in Ashland City.
Mm.
When
You
they wanted to
did.
when they wanted to charge me $500 to appeal.
Charging
They
$500.
wanted me to get a $500 bond to appeal. To appeal. When you have the right to be heard in court.
Well, that's one of their tactics.
And so I called, and I was like, I was talking to this one lady at the clerk's office, and I was like, but under the Section 9 of the Tennessee Constitution says that it's the right of the accused to be heard in court, you know. And she goes, darling, she's like, you go on Tennessee.gov, you pull off the forms there, you fill out those appeal forms, you bring it down to the courthouse, I'll make sure you get heard.
There you go.
You know. And so she knew that the $500 is an administrative fee.
Right.
It's a fee for them to file your stuff for you, and to make sure, and it's a bond, right? So they want to make sure that you're going to come to court. So you're filing the appeal, you know, and that's just ridiculous. You don't have to. I'm a big boy. I don't have to give you $500 to make sure I go to court.
Right.
You know,
they've got so many little trap doors they've put in the process throughout the years. It don't matter where you go. They've set it up to lessen the friction on them. You know,
Right.
whatever makes their process easy breezy, they're going to stick to it. When they have to show up every day to work and hump it and do their best and use their brain and really dive in to do things properly, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. They're government employees. They get all holidays off. You know, they get 2 weeks off every year. They got benefits. They ain't interested in that.
They are specially treated, and they don't need, yeah, exactly, they don't need somebody coming in their life and disrupting their everyday normal, this is the way it goes day, right?
well, growing up as a child, that's all I ever heard was you got to get yourself a government job. You know,
Right.
like I heard that growing up the whole time. Like that's what you wanted. You want to get yourself a government job.
Right.
You know,
That's gonna help
You know what's
Yeah.
funny about our generations is I grew up hearing the opposite. The last thing you want is a government job. They're the lowest paying. They're the worst jobs. You do not want one. We had an Air Force base there at home, and everybody, that's all I ever heard. Then,
Wow.
as I got into my 20s, you started hearing, wow, government jobs, they got some good ones. And that's when Reagan and Bush started raising the government wages. And then Obama came in and he blew up government wages.
right? Because they need devoted drones to do their work for them.
Right. It was crazy when Obama came in. I saw a deal about across the board how he raised wages. He took people that were working government jobs that were 50, 60,000 a year, and he took them over 100,000 a year. He pushed every single job category that had an equal private sector job, and he was 10%, 20% higher wages in every aspect.
Yeah, cops too. Cops make, you know, once you get up there a little bit, you start making some good money, man.
Well,
You
my
know?
son-in-law, he's bucking to go up and be a chief of police someday, and we've helped pay for his master's degree. And that's it's the same in every field. If you get that piece of paper, you can move up. But until you get those pieces of paper, you're just going to stay, you know, stagnant. But you have to get those degrees, and then you can get the money.
Right,
Not until, you know.
Yeah, because you got to get that indoctrination.
Yeah, there's no merit in it. It's all just by performance and paperwork.
I know. I've been a flooring man, hardwood flooring guy for he gone.
He went to go get his lady.
Sorry, I had to let a dog in. Come on, Fred.
Fred. There's Fred.
Fred needed out. Well, it looks like Kathy's getting up, so I'm gonna have to get up and make her coffee and get her going, guys.
Well, all right, my brother.
Oh, we love you.
Yeah.
Love you too, guys. Y'all be cool. Good discernment, good operations. Love you guys.
All right, be blessed.